Discover the world of self-build and renovation. Brought to you each month in the pages of Home Building and Renovating magazine. Packed with ideas, inspiration and expert advice.
Never buy a building plot without planning permission or an existing dwelling for replacement unless you really know what you're doing. It's just not worth the risk.
You'll find the very best self-build, extension and conversion projects, build costs, plot finding and more. Home Building and Renovating, your complete guide to creating an individual home. You can't afford to build without us.
It's in West Berkshire, so it's between Reading, Basingstoke and Newbury, in the middle of the triangle that those three towns make up.
The property was just a very run-down 60s bungalow, which has probably seen better days. The vision, when we saw it, we thought, well, we could probably do something with it.
It was a renovation stroke extension, so we took a bungalow and turned it into a two-storey house and stuck an extension on the back.
It's very much a lot of wood, natural wood, which is all sourced off of, well, a lot of it's sourced off of eBay actually. The floor came from America, which was sourced via eBay. The doors came off of eBay. We tried to keep it very light and open, lots of space.
Once we'd sold, we moved into rented accommodation and we still carried on buying Home Building and Renovating and reading it. And one of the things I read was you should spend your budget as if you've come to the end of your budget and you're eking it out. And so because we didn't start this build immediately, we had time to think about what we really wanted and start sourcing things. And a lot of things we did source from eBay, so brand new, but somebody else didn't want them, and good ecological way to build a house.
We went over budget, I have to confess. You had this dilemma because you either did it early and pay people to do the work. That means you have to offset against your rental for a rental property. So you have to say, well, if we was in renting for another few months, that'll be X thousand, so we might as well pay the few £1,000 to get someone to do the painting, and then we can get in early. We were fairly regimented. We had a set plan to what things would cost, and apart from the extra labour we pulled in at the end, I think it would have been on budget. I mean, things like the Home Building and Renovation magazine really help because they give you sort of a good guide in there what things would cost. We had a good idea what it's going to be.
I love the landing because we've got two Velux windows, we've got almost a full height ceiling, a little bit more space than you would normally have because we've got a large hall downstairs, and I just love that feeling of space, and that's what this house is to me, just space.
I think the benefit is the space is how you want it, because quite often when you look at a house you think, well, that room's not quite right, we'd like to make that into one room, but when you start from fresh, it's how you want it.